Summer is over and everyone is now going to college. Stefan uses his mind control powers to get himself a single room, which is totally unfair to everyone else in the school.
Argo Funk Book Review, Argo Funk Book Review.
Bonnie wants a boyfriend and she falls in love with the first guy she meets. He's Xander, he's super gorgeous, and I think he's kind of boring myself, but I feel the same way about Stefan, so, Matt is invited to join a top-secret club called the Vitale Society. It's over 100 years old, and only the best students are allowed to join. Everyone in the group wears masks, except for Ethan Crane, the president. He gives everyone a club pin to wear at all times. I don't know how they keep the club a secret when they're always wearing the group's logo, but okay. A junior named Chloe Pascal is cute and friendly to Matt. Aww. She says hello by winking at him. She asks Matt for help with the first club challenge. She blushes when he compliments her, and it's so cute. I love their relationship. I wish I could say the same about any of the other couples in this series. During the first week, a girl's hospitalized, another girl is murdered, and 3 people go missing. Normal people would be worried about this, but our heroes ignore all the attacks because they're too busy having fun with college stuff. Some heroes. Meredith makes friends with a martial artist named Samantha. Elena meets Professor James Campbell, who is a good friend of her parents. Bonnie and Xander go on their first date. Damon and Stefan both try to date Elena on the same night. Out of nowhere, Elena decides she's had enough. She can't handle this anymore. The love triangle is too stressful for her. So she breaks up with both of them at the same time. Good for her, but it's just a temporary breakup, not a real breakup. So bad for her. Just like in the other books, Elena regularly insists that Stefan is her soulmate, the one that she truly loves. So why did she break up with him? It makes no sense that Elena breaks up with Damon and Stefan in order to be with Stefan. She should have dumped Damon and ended things there. Matt's roommate is murdered. Our heroes figure the killer is either a werewolf or a vampire, because I guess it's too late in the series to introduce a new type of monster. Stefan and Damon can't help capture the supernatural killer, because that would involve talking to them. Oh, that'd be so awkward. Yeah, our heroes would rather let people die than have a potentially awkward conversation. Elena, It turns out Samantha is secretly a vampire hunter, just like Meredith. They pledge to work together to stop the killer. 2 chapters later, the trio goes to a bar with Samantha. They don't talk to her about the vampire murders because she's an outsider. And what's the point of introducing a second vampire hunter if they're just gonna exclude her from all the hunting? Stefan is sad without Elena, but he respects her wishes, so he doesn't contact her. Damon doesn't respect Elena, so he keeps invading her privacy and talking to her. She does nothing to discourage this. Together they learn about the Vitale Society, and they find the club's secret entrance in the library. Our heroes are idiots, so they decide not to go inside, and they decide not to ask Matt about the Vitale Society, even though they know he's a member. Ethan encourages Matt to get closer to Chloe. He realizes he wants to date her, but just before Matt asks her out, he learns Chloe is already dating Ethan. Oh no, poor Matt. Matt feels bad because he knows he would never try to steal someone else's girlfriend. I wish the vampires felt the same way. Damon walks Elena home. The culprit tries to murder both of them. Why did the culprit try to kill Elena? I don't know, and it doesn't matter. This is just an excuse for romance drama. So the culprit tries to run them over with a car. Damon saves Elena's life, and she's so grateful she starts making out with him. Stefan sees them kissing. He is so heartbroken, he refuses to talk to them ever again! Or until the big finale, whichever comes first. Samantha is killed. Our heroes figure it's a warning. The culprit knows they're close to solving the mystery, and oh, shut up! You 3 have done nothing to help capture the culprit. They just spent the last 4 chapters getting drunk at a party. That is not murder investigation. There's a lot of underage drinking in this book, by the way. Xander and Bonnie really like drinking games. Twice, Xander runs away and abandons Bonnie right before someone's attacked by the culprit. Meredith thinks she sees pale hair at a crime scene, so she accuses Xander of being the culprit. Bonnie says this is an unfair double standard for her boyfriend, considering how much crap Elena's boyfriends have put them both through. Fair point. So Bonnie gets mad at the others and runs away to live with Xander. Ethan takes great interest in Stefan, and he tries to get Stefan to join the Vitale Society. He goes so far as to bribe Stefan, but Stefan still says no. It's confirmed Xander and his friends are monsters, and the woods hide several dead bodies. That's in addition to the 8 victims we already know about, so at least a dozen people have been murdered this month. And no one seems to care! Why are there no police anywhere? Why hasn't the college been closed? Even if you think most of these people are still alive, they just ran away, it is still a huge cause for concern that 12 people disappeared from this campus in a month. Damon and Elena make out with each other some more. He feeds on her a couple of times. I still don't understand how Stefan is Elena's true love when she makes out with his brother every chance she gets. Xander confesses to Bonnie that he's a werewolf, but don't worry, he's a good werewolf. He's never killed anyone, and he can change forms at will. The High Wolf Council sent Xander and his friends to help protect the college, and I have to say, they've done a really terrible job. At the Vitale Society initiation, it's revealed Ethan's the culprit. He and the other Vitales are vampires. They killed everyone, partly because they're evil, and partly because they're sloppy eaters who accidentally went too far when feeding on humans. It's super gross. Ethan turns the pledges into vampires one by one. Stefan comes in and he fights the vampires for a while until he's overpowered. Since Ethan is obsessed with Stefan, he agrees to let Stefan switch places with Matt. Matt immediately goes and gets the others. Professor Campbell sets up a storyline for next book. Years ago, the Guardians made a deal with Elena's parents. They wanted to turn Elena into a new type of Guardian. Multiple times we are told the Guardians are not done with Elena. They are going to force powers on her. So I guess we can look forward to her getting those weird angel wing powers again. Ethan explains he's making an all-powerful vampire army to conquer the world. If that's his goal, why bother with the secret society? He's got 14 other vampires on hand. They could make 14 new vampires every night. The whole campus would be vampires within 2 weeks. That's way easier than messing around with the pledges for a month. And now I'm a little curious about the pledges who didn't make it to the initiation. It sounds like they really dodged a bullet. Ethan reveals his real evil plan is to bring Klaus back to life. The only way to do this is to get the blood from Stefan and Damon. It's dramatic that the biggest villain of the series is going to return, but as I said in the previous review, I don't quite understand how Klaus is dead in this reality. He died in town in book 4. They went back in time and made sure Klaus never went to town, therefore he should still be alive. How did Klaus still die in town when he never went there? Damon and Meredith show up, they fight all the vampires, while Elena frees Stefan and confesses she loves him. There's a tense standoff when Ethan puts a knife to Elena's throat, but Meredith manages to stab Ethan from behind. They assume that he's dead, but in the epilogue, he's alive! And thanks to that bloody battle, he now has the blood he needs to resurrect Klaus. The end. Postbook follow-up. I liked this book the first time I read it. The book slowly builds up the mystery and the fake-out suspects, which is nice and suspenseful. The second time I read the book, it was not as good. I thought it took way too long for our heroes to start investigating, and the fake-out suspects were way less interesting when I knew ahead of time that they don't matter. The same with Samantha. She had some real potential, only to be killed off after 4 scenes. What a waste. The start of the book is typical college drama, where the girls are sad to be leaving home for the first time, and they're scared to be doing new things. This does not fit the series at all. These girls have died multiple times, fought vampires, gone to other dimensions. It is laughable to see them so scared about new classes. I did not like the love triangle. Elena breaking up with the two guys was badly done. It is just terribly forced drama. An excuse to have Elena and Stefan mope for most of the book, only to get back together in the end. It also seemed like an excuse to slow down the mystery investigation unnecessarily. Overall, I liked the book at first. Ethan, Chloe, and Samantha were good new characters. I didn't like Xander and Bonnie's romance, but hey, at least she's got her first ever boyfriend now. The second time I read the book, the flaws were way more obvious, and it was far less enjoyable, so I would recommend only reading this book once. I give Vampire Diaries number 9, Moonsong, a 6 out of 10.